Maybe Gen Z just realized working doesn't get you anywhere? https://finance.yahoo.com/news/gentstreeting employers bad 121633798.html. When you realize you could work 80 hours a week and never afford a house, what's the point? Question mark. Good. I don't feel bad for employers. Looks like Gen Z doesn't want to join the society. Which is something I totally understand as a millennial. Because this society fucking sucks. Now Gen Z are treating their would-be employers like bad dates and not showing up for job interviews. Or their first day on the job without as much as a phone call. Employers are bad dates. Worse, they're abusive relationships. Bingo. Work twice the hours the boomers did for none of the benefits and barely afford rent. Who actually wants that deal? Nobody cares how hard you work. Your social connections matter way more than your work ethic. The vast majority of successful people got their position through a combination of luck and knowing the right people. Most of reason why people gave up is we no long push for a social contract to be upheld. A generation that swears that a handshake and promise was all you need. Lied so bad that we no long trust a generation of having low taxes on hard work but high on capital gains as young adults changing to high on hard work but low on capital gains. Of flipping the system to benefit a generation and not the future workforce. Yep, hard work died for me as well because of a me generation. The tide is turning. Working hard and making something of yourself has become increasingly impossible to do. If working a min-wage job doesn't allow you to afford at least a studio apartment, utilities, food, and even a simple life, what's the point? Maybe Gen Z are standing up for themselves and not accepting terrible pay and/or working conditions. Compared to millennials who will take a low-paying job because they have to pay bills now. Continuing the cycle of being offered low wages. Glad someone is finally saying no and looking out for their future. What about employers ghosting us after interviews? Question mark. Question mark. I've had it happen multiple times. It's just a correction against the horrendous practices on the hiring side we've seen since 2008. Employers in practically every field have had a nearly unlimited supply of applicants for every job opening. They even resorted to making people jump through increasingly stupid hoops to have a chance. Like in-person exams, presentations, group work interviews. They stopped the common practice of at least telling people they didn't get the job if they failed. They started getting unreasonable with salaries and benefits because they could get away with it. And now that there is the slightest pushback, they're crying maltreatment? No. They're being treated the same as they treat others. It should be a note to be better. Break the wheel. People realize now it's either don't work as much and be poor, or work 40+ hours per week and still be poor. So obviously people are not going to care as much, nor put in as much effort to working. Gen X. When I was growing up, there was a trust that if you worked hard for a company, they'd take care of you with regular promotions and send you off with a retirement party and a gold watch. But suddenly companies started laying off their long-term employees so they could hire brand new workers at minimum wage. Companies are no longer loyal to you. Why would you ever be loyal to them? Gen X already realized that at the 90s. Shrug. Gen X crawled so millennials could walk so Gen Z could run. I'm a millennial and I realized work doesn't do anything for you but drain your energy, joy and time. 10 years ago there was an identical article about millennials. 10 years from now there will be an identical article about Gen Alpha or whatever they're called. Nothing changes and nothing is getting better. Treating employers bad, what a bootlicking line. Making those poor 1%ers and business owners feel warm inside. They deserve it with those nasty workers knowing their value. Don't they know how difficult it is having everything? Give them the rest already.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.